So the last book I read in 2024 and basically finished at the beginning of 2025 was A Court of Sugar and Spice by Rebecca F. Kennedy. This is an incredibly spicy book. Like, adults only, 5 chili pepper on the 5 chili pepper scale. Like, incredibly spicy, so definitely be forewarned. I loved reading it around the holidays, though, because it is a Nutcracker retelling. So, if you're not familiar with the Nutcracker story, I'll give you a very brief synopsis because it's how the book starts as well. You have two sisters, Claire and Louise. Luis or Louisa. I read this in January. Okay, leave me alone. So their father dies unalive and ends up with their uncle Drosselmeyer, who is like an inventor of sorts. He has like a whole workshop within his manor. And in order for them to eventually gain access to their inheritance, they either have to be married off to someone he approves of, or they have to like turn 25. I think in this one they're like 20 and 21 or 20 and 22, something along those lines. So Louisa finds a nutcracker in his invention room workshop, accidentally breaks it, goes to repair it, gets some of her blood on it while doing so, and he becomes full size. And when I say like full size, I mean like standard nutcracker is like this big. He's like human sized and taller than her and talking. So come to find out, of course, this nutcracker is actually a fey prince from another realm. The sisters help him find the portal within Drosselmeyer's estate to get him back to the fey realm. Not only that, they have to help him get to like this wishing well of sorts. It's kind of like a giant lake that would restore him to his like former glory. And if you're familiar with any form of like fey world, basically, so he's like the Seelie king, and then you have the bad guys who are the Unseelie court. Not always the case in every fey world, but this is how it is in this one. And the Rat King is the king of the Unseelies and is trying to take over the Seelie court. By the time they get there, he's pretty much already done so and just wreaking havoc on all of the citizens, inhabitants, and incredibly dangerous for these two human women to be in this fey realm full of monsters and the Rat King's army and all kinds of other stuff. So they end up recruiting the Sugar Plum Fairy, which is actually the Nutcracker's cousin. So he's like the super hot bubblegum princess fairy is the only way to describe him. He's got pink hair, a very colorful backstory, and probably one of my favorite characters. And then as I finished the book, I was like, wow, that was fantastic, incredibly spicy, but fantastic. Come to find out there's a whole series. I've already started book 2, which is called A Court of Hearts and Hunger, and it's still following the Sugar Plum Fairy and Clara. They're the two main characters, and they're trying to rescue Alice, who, you know, Alice from Alice in Wonderland. She was working for Drosselmeyer and then fell through a portal following the White Rabbit, who is an Unseelie problem. So, like, it continued on and keeps going, and there's more books after that. I'm really excited to see where she goes with these. Again, very adult books, but absolutely fantastic concept, really unique in a fun way. And I've always loved retellings. I have like a whole shelf of Disney Twisted Tales just because I love the fairy tale aspect of taking a well-known story and absolutely shredding it to bits and me not knowing what's happening next. That is my favorite type of like book just in general. So I highly recommend that book and that series if it intrigues you. I absolutely love them and plan to continue reading them. I'll talk about A Court of Hearts and Hunger a bit more in depth once I actually finish it. I have not finished it yet. Had to stop for a couple of book club books. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Will not read it again. However, really enjoyed the experience.